This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.
Welcome to the Easthampton City Council meeting for Wednesday, February 4th, 2026. The meeting tonight is being recorded and broadcast by eMedia on Charter Channel 193 and live streaming on their webpage, easthamptonmedia.org. Councilors and participants in this meeting are gathered hybrid on the order extended until June 30th, 2027, allowing us to do so. I remind both the members of the City Council and the public participating remotely to remain muted until recognized by the City Council President. Also, for the members of the public, please remove your camera for the duration of the meeting unless you are participating in the public speak time or the public hearing. Thank you. This meeting is now called to order. Maddie.
JP Kwasinski.
Here.
Connie Denham.
Here.
Tamara Smith. Felicia Jadzik.
Here.
Tom Peake.
Here.
Jonathan Schmidt.
Here.
Amanda Newton.
Here.
Kayam Jamrog McQuaid.
Here.
And Nathan Markey.
Here.
Great, thank you. Right now, we're going to take a moment of silence. Please do whatever you need to do in order to be able to prepare yourself and be present for tonight's meeting. Thank you. If you would like to participate in the recitation of the Pledge of Allegiance, now is your opportunity to do so.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great, thank you. I will take a motion to approve meeting minutes for January 21st, 2026.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Great. Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. Vice President Jadzik.
I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rules to allow for swearing in of a member of our public to a committee.
So I have a motion to suspend the rules. Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes.
That's me.
That's
Yes.
you.
Sorry, my apologies.
If I may.
Yes.
I'd like to direct Councilor Markey to introduce the member who's getting sworn in.
Thank you, Vice President Jadzik. We met with Mary Church recently, and she answered our questions. She's been a member of the Easthampton Housing Authority for a few years now, and she gave us some knowledge, yeah, I believe we already had the vote on it, but yeah, it was nice to meet with her. We welcome her knowledge. She seems like a very active and she asks a lot of questions of the Housing Authority. So yeah, without further ado, Mary.
Okay. I don't know how Mary ended it last time, so we'll just, what would you like?
Right here at the front?
Here.
Yeah. And then Mary can come up. Yes, up the last.
Give myself this side. Thank you so much. All right, so if you will just raise your hand. All right, so do you swear or affirm to perform the duties as a member of the Easthampton Housing Authority to the best of your ability?
I do.
Perfect. Congratulations, first of all. Here's this lovely certificate. And I can get you to sign off on the book.
Great. Awesome. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you.
Right. Now we're going to have public comment. This is an opportunity for members of the public to address the council regarding any topic not listed under the public hearing. Members of the public will have 3 minutes. You will hear 2 signals. The first signal will be when you have 30 seconds left to speak, and you'll have the second signal will be an indication that your time has concluded. So please wrap up your thought. Please remember that city council, because this is not, what you're talking about is not an item on our agenda, city council members are not allowed to respond to your comments. So we are listening, and there may be counselors afterwards who reach out to you for further information, but we're just not allowed to respond. So if anybody would like to participate in public comment, please go to the podium, state your name and address, and please let us know your thoughts. Great.
Hello, good evening, counselors. My name is Natalia Ruiz. I'm a resident of Easthampton. I live on Maple Street. So I'm here to express my support for the resolution to establish a housing crisis task force. I'm a renter of many years throughout the valley. I've experienced a lot of instances of fraud, maintenance, neglect, intimidation, and abusive behavior from landlords who are never held accountable. And I know that I'm not alone. As a member of the Easthampton Tenants Union, we hear different stories every week. We have a lot of different struggles against various, mostly corporate landlords going on in the area. The median age of home buying now is 40 in the state of Massachusetts. This is a record high. So this is showing that homes are less and less affordable, and it also highlights an important call to action because many people now spend more of their life proportionally as renters. There need to be policies and initiatives that reflect this new reality by improving protection and advocacy for tenants. We're now the majority, and this is now a lot of our lives that we spend as renters. It's not just something that we do in transients or after college. This is a lot of our lives. I also want to highlight that a lot of the issues that we face as residential renters are also experienced by small businesses renting from large real estate. They too are suffering from rent increases and maintenance neglect. Losing our small business and commercial retail presence will have significant cultural and economic impacts on the city we call home. So this impacts a lot of different people as well as residential renters. So I see this task force as a gateway for collaboration between the city, non-government advocacy groups like the Easthampton Tenants Union, and private citizens. Collaboration, idea sharing, and diverse representation is the best and most resilient model for pushing forward meaningful change. I appreciate and feel that it's important to have Easthampton renters present in this task force as we are the most familiar with our needs and are best equipped in identifying the problems that we face. Many of us are a single paycheck away from missing our rent payments, and if that's not a crisis, I'm not sure what is. So I encourage all of you counselors to support this resolution. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Natalia. Please state your name and address for us, please.
Carl Prahl, 22 Gaston. Don't have anything prepared, but also want to express support for the Housing Crisis Task Force. More attention drawn to this subject is only going to serve us well, and you can never go wrong with more organization, some way to bring all of these efforts together and focus. It cannot hurt, so I just want to express my support for it. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much, Carl. Anyone else in the room who would like to participate in public comment, not on public hearing? Great.
Forgot something. Carl Prahl, 22 Gaston. I also was very curious, and I know I won't get an answer to this, but I know according to the charter, our citywide speed limit went to 25 October 31st. And it would be really great if we got that implemented. I'm a walker in town, and this snowstorm has made things interesting, and people speeding by has made it even more interesting, and that's just acutely now. So it'd be great to know what the timetable and roadmap for that is. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you, Carl. Anyone else in the room? Great. Anyone online who would like to participate in public comment, please raise your virtual hand. I see Carolyn Cushing.
Yeah. Hello,
yep.
Carolyn Cushing, Main Street, 664. Screen just went crazy. I also am serving on the rent study committee, and I'm just here to add my voice to the affirmation of the task force bring together the many committees that are doing work with slightly different charges. And it's a complex situation, and it's wonderful that Easthampton is doing so much. And this coordinating, I think, is important for us, really meeting both the immediate crisis needs and the longer term planning and implementing of things that will be sustainable for Easthampton. So that's me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Carolyn. Can you turn the caption on? Anyone else online who would like to participate in public comment? All right, seeing none, we'll close public comment. We still have 4 minutes before the opening of the public hearing. So quickly, I'm just going to move to the items for immediate attention. Before us, we have a resolution in support of establishing the Easthampton Housing Crisis Task Force. Before I ask Councillor Jamrod McQuaid to speak on that, is there anyone who has objection to addressing this this evening, or would you prefer that it go to committee? All right, seeing none, so I will.
Madam President, typically if we're establishing a task force and not just a resolution, it would be studied and discussed. It's maybe worthy, because of the composition of the committee, to do so.
Okay, so you'd like to send it to committee?
I would, if that makes sense to everybody, to follow that standard procedure.
Absolutely. All right, great. So we will, I will take a motion to move the resolution in support of establishing the Easthampton Housing Crisis Task Force to the Rules Committee.
So moved.
Seconded.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Great, motion passes. All right. We still have a couple minutes. So I will move down to council communication. Councilor Jamrod McQuaid, you wanted to.
I just want to move the TV back a little. I can't.
Sure.
Is the other TV not, point of order, or point of information, is the other TV not working?
Sure. Councilor Jamrod McQuaid, would you like to make an announcement?
Yes, thank you, President Denham. I just want to give a reminder about the Easthampton Tenants Union, which meets every Thursday in this room from 5 to 6:30 p.m. So they're meeting tomorrow night here. I just want to call them out. They're sharing resources on tenants' rights and building solidarity. They're a great group. So.
Great. Any other announcements that people would like to make? Seeing none, we still have a couple of minutes. Okay, yep.
Thank you, Council President. I'd like to just let folks know that if anyone is interested in the Future of Cultural Chaos, which is a great event that happens here in Easthampton, it is something that has been determined by the Easthampton City Arts Committee at a meeting this week to cancel for this year. It's not been 100% voted on quite just yet. So if you'd like to express your opinions as a member of the public, I would encourage you to attend the next meeting of the Cultural District Subcommittee, which is going to be held on Wednesday, February 11th at 9 a.m. in person only here at 50 Payson in the conference room B, which is in the basement. So encourage people to attend if you have thoughts or comments you'd like to share with the Cultural District Subcommittee on that matter. And also I'd like to share that Winterfest is coming up on the 14th of February. And so also encourage everyone to attend Winterfest, which is another wonderful event that we have here in Easthampton.
And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of counselors who are going to be taking that plunge into the pond, so I'm looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to watching it.
See now, Counselor Kwasinski, I thought for sure you were going to lead us off there, so. So I hope everyone will attend that. So thank you for those announcements, and certainly I do encourage people, if they have concern about cultural chaos, the future of that, please attend that important meeting.
What was the date again? I'm sorry.
What was the date?
February 11th at 9 a.m.
Right, and it is 6:15, so I will take a motion to open the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
So I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Abstention? Great, motion passes. I will turn it over to Chair Peak.
Thank you, Madam President. The one item we have today is a supplemental appropriation of $23,500 that would be coming from the CPA fund balance reserved for open space and would be appropriated to dog park design. So anyone who has been around in Easthampton civic life for the last decade or so has probably been very aware that there's been a very persistent effort to get a dog park in Easthampton that's faced a lot of setbacks, but they've got a location and they need to do a design, and then of course they'll need to raise the funds for the building of the actual park. So this probably will not be the last time that this project comes before this body. If we fund this project, we would fund the rest of the work that we would need to complete a construction bid ready design for the dog park. So the CPA committee and the finance committee both voted unanimously to approve this appropriation, and yeah, that's what we got.
Great. Is there anyone who you would like to invite to speak to it, or?
Sure. Ava, would you like to speak to this?
Yeah.
So Ava, can you just state your name and
Of
address?
course, yeah. Hi, City Council. I'm Ava Gerstel. I'm the CPA coordinator and conservation agent. I'll come to you in both roles, but more often you'll see me as the CPA coordinator, and you'll get to see me quarterly when I come to represent the CPA supplemental appropriations. So this is a $23,500 supplemental appropriation for the dog park. As Councilor Peak said, dog park design. The dog park committee has raised $2,500 through donations that they're matching this with. This is a location for the dog park that's been approved by the Easthampton Parks and Rec Commission at a previous meeting. Yeah, they have an architect lined up. It seems all to be in good order. As Councilor Peak said, it was unanimous, and yeah, I'm happy to take any questions about it.
Anyone have any questions?
It was 200,000. You said 2,000.
2,000 to match this.
Oh, I see.
Good, so seeing no questions, is anyone from the public, would they like to speak regarding this? Okay, seeing none. So I will take a motion.
All right. I will make the following request in the form of a motion. Request is hereby made for approval of the following appropriation. Amount requested, $23,500 to be appropriated from Fund Balance Reserved for Open Space, $23,500 to be appropriated to Dog Park Design, $23,500. The amount requested will be used for the following purpose. The funding would be used to complete a construction bid ready design of the Easthampton Dog Park.
Second.
So I have a motion and a second to approve the following appropriation of $23,500 from fund balance reserved for open space to dog park design for $23,500. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, abstentions, motion passes. Okay. I will take a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Great, so I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any abstentions? Or all those opposed, any opposed, abstentions? Great, motion passes. So moving on to committee report outs. Chair Pete, do you have any communications? I do not have any communications, so I thought we already did that. Yeah, thought we already did that. Chair Pete?
Sure, yeah.
Finance.
Thank you, Madam President. Finance met last week, sort of on our normal cadence to discuss the item that we just voted on. We will be meeting as usual next week. We're not going to have, actually it could be kind of a short meeting, but we do have quarterly fiscal report from the city auditor to go over. So we got some revenue reports. And we might potentially be able to talk about the rescinding of borrowing. So that'll be 5:30 on conference room 1 a week from today. And that concludes.
Great. Chair Peak. Vice President Fetzig?
If I may, I have a question for Chair Peak.
Yep.
Chair Peak, at our last council meeting, you mentioned that you were going to have, or you disclosed rather, you were going to have a private meeting with the mayor about an item on the agenda, specifically MGL 329.
Yes.
I was just wondering if you had that meeting and if you could disclose what the contents of that meeting were.
The meeting has not happened yet.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
Great.
Do we need to extend?
And that's my next question. So you have a public hearing set for next council meeting. Do you want to extend that public hearing?
No, I think we'll have it done by then.
But you have a public hearing scheduled for next meeting.
Yes.
So, I see. So you want to keep that public hearing set?
That was my intention. Do you think we should extend it?
Well,
I'm open to extending it.
yeah, I think so regardless of your conversation with the mayor, just to be clear, you're gonna have set the public hearing, so that is gonna be an item on the agenda.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. Just want to make sure that was clear. Yeah.
Can I also ask a point of information or
Yes.
clarification? I'm just noting that for a couple of these items, there's a 2/4/26 kind of deadline, and I was wondering what the process was for.
The rescinding or borrowing off needs an extension.
Yes, so I'll take a motion to extend that. So would you like to make a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Would you like to extend that for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days?
Let's do it for 90 days just to be safe. I think it should be any day now that it comes in, but it's not really something we can control.
Great.
So I'd request a 90-day extension in the form of a motion. We already made the motion.
Second.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second to extend rescinding of borrowing authorization for city space restoration and Honeywell construction project for 90 days. All those in, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes.
The action request?
Oh, do you think I think I should? I mean.
It says 3, 2.
Oh, it needs, yes. No, okay. Yeah, I think that's good then.
Yeah, we can do that next meeting. All right.
I suppose it could be.
So that concludes?
Yeah, okay, I couldn't hear what Councilor Kwasinski said, sorry. Public Safety, Chair Newton.
Okay, so we actually met yesterday. Our next meeting will be on March 3rd. Yesterday we had our quarterly report from Chief Alexander. And he talked to us about a couple of things that I want to share. So he's very much aware of the visibility issue on Cottage Street, and he's planning to have officers watching crosswalks and being around as much as possible. We talked about the storm and how after the storm ends, 12 hours after the storm ends, sidewalks need to be shoveled, and he recognizes that has not been totally happening. in the past couple of weeks, and there have been different complaints. And he said that if you notice a sidewalk is not shoveled, the best thing to do is call the non-emergency line to report it, and then an officer will go out as soon as possible to speak to the owner, and if needed, they'll give a $50 fine, and then there's a second and third offense before the town gets involved in actually doing the plowing. So the best thing to do is to report it to the police station immediately, rather than using outlets like Facebook, where the police don't really get to monitor that as closely as if they had something coming into their non-emergency line. Then the other big thing that we talked about in this quarterly review was ICE. And so I just want to read exactly what was discussed. The Easthampton Police Department does not work with ICE. It's never notified by ICE if they are coming to town. And they do not assist ICE in any of their operations. If ICE called them and asked them to hold an individual at the police station, they would not do that. They are not able to do that by law. So they can't do that. And there is a duty to intervene. So if there were a situation where ICE became violent, an officer was using excessive force, Easthampton Police would be able to intervene in that situation. And we also have mutual aid agreements with other cities and towns, and of course the state police. So if there were a larger issue concerning ICE in our town, the police department is prepared to get support from other communities to handle the issue. Mm-hmm. So, I think that concludes.
Great. Thank you, Chair Newton. Appointments, Councilor Marquis.
Thank you, Madam President. Appointments met on January 27th. Hold on, I'm pulling up something right now. And we are continuing to discuss the draft appointments manual. We have a few questions around that, particularly with website updates, who's handling vacancy review, etc. We also are planning, hopefully at our next meeting, which will be held February 17th at 5 p.m. right in this room back here. Hopefully Marlene, which I want to say her name correctly, but I might not. Michanski's appointment candidacy, she wants to attend, so hopefully we can meet with her. And unless Councilor Jadzik has anything to add, this concludes.
Okay, great. Thank you, Councilor Marquis. Ordinance, Chair Jamrock McQuaid.
Thank you, Madam President. So Ordinance Committee has not met since the last City Council meeting. We're still working to finalize the STR ordinance language for committee approval and recommendation of full council at the next meeting, hopefully. So I'm working with the planning director, our building commissioner, and our fire chief to get that buttoned up. Our next meeting is currently scheduled for Thursday, February 19th at 6 p.m. in conference room B, and thus concludes.
Quick question. Back in December, there was a public hearing set for February 18th. Would you like to extend that into March?
For the short-term rental.
For short-term rentals, sorry.
Yes, I didn't see that on here, sorry.
Yep. No, that was, so would you like to extend that and set another date in March?
Yes, I guess the second meeting in March.
Okay, so,
The 18th. It's the 18th.
The 18th. So would you like to make a motion?
Yes, I will move to extend the public hearing on the general ordinance amendments regarding short-term rentals until March 18th.
Second.
just 1 second. So we also have a public hearing set for the short-term rental zoning ordinance as well. So would you like to make a motion for both of those?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I modify my original motion? Or?
Sure, or add that on there.
All right, so I will move to extend the public hearing on the general ordinance amendments regarding short-term rentals, as well as the zoning ordinance amendments regarding short-term rentals until March 18th at 6:15 p.m. in these chambers.
Second is
great. Also, so I have a motion and a second to extend the public hearing for the general ordinance amendments regarding short-term rental, as well as the short-term rental zoning ordinance amendments, definitions and tables to March 18th. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Great, motion passes. I think that concludes. Property, Chair Kwasinski.
The Property Committee will be meeting tomorrow night at 6 p.m. To discuss the town lodging house, the referral for disposition, along with possible terms that we as a council would hope to agree with the mayor, so that there could be a disposition if that is how we proceed. This concludes.
Great. Great. And Rules and Government Relations, Chair Kwasinski.
Thank you, Madam President. We do expect to be meeting either next week or the following week with Rules. We'll be getting together to make those arrangements. That concludes.
Great, thank you, Chair Kwasinski. Old business, City Council President appointments. So just to update everybody, Carl Saylor has been sworn in and has participated in the, and is participating in the Rent Study Committee with the term expiration of 12/31/2028. As City Council President, regarding that particular appointment, I do not need to have a City Council approval, so he has been appointed. So I'll take a motion to remove the item of Carl Saylor being appointed to the Rent Study Committee, term expiration 12/31/2028, to be removed from the agenda.
So moved. Second.
So I have a motion and a second to remove Carl Saylor from the appointments process. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? Great, motion passes. Second item under old business is the appointment of Tamara Smith to the Bees Committee as a City Council representative, term expiration of 12/31/2028. That appointment does in fact have to be approved by City Council as outlined in the ordinance. So I will take a motion to send the appointment of Tamara Smith to the Bees Committee as City Council rep, term expiration 12/31/28, to the Appointments Committee.
So moved. Second.
So I have a motion and a second to send Councilor Smith's appointment to the Bees Committee to the Appointments Committee. Any further discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. Great. And new business, I will turn that over to Vice President Jadzik.
Thank you, Council President Denham. In new business, we have a City Council action request for ad hoc committees for Council President appointments. And I'd like to make a motion to move this action request to the Rules Subcommittee.
Second.
So I have a motion and a second to remove the item of ad hoc committees regarding council president appointments. Any further discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Seeing none. So motion passes. That has completed everything on our agenda. So I will take. I have a
Very efficient.
very efficient. I have a motion to adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? All those in favor? Aye. I'm sorry, motion passes. Thank you. I was putting my hand up because I wanted to do it. So thank you so much, everybody. Appreciate all of you participating this evening, and we will see you next time.